Philadelphia. When you think about Philadelphia, you think about the birthplace of independence, the Declaration of Independence, Independence Hall. In more recent days, you think about Super Bowl champs in '52, cheesesteaks, the big cheesesteak war, but nobody usually thinks about Stromboli. And Philadelphia is the birthplace of the Stromboli. Today, we are visiting the originator of the Stromboli. To find the originator of the Stromboli, we are in Essington, which is just south of the airport, Philadelphia International Airport on Route 95. Actually, it's the first exit after you pass the airport, and Romano's is just behind us. What's the difference between a Stromboli and a calzone? It's a pizza folded in half and with a seam, and it's good. A calzone is good. It's like to eat while you're walking. A pizza, like a New York slice, is like that as well. However, the calzone originated in Napoli. The Naples-style pizza is usually eaten with a knife and fork, especially because it's really not a folder, where like a New York slice or a Philly slice or an East Coast slice is. So that's the origination of a calzone. A panzerotti is a smaller calzone, and that comes from the Puglia, Apulia, or the heel region of Italy, all originating there. But the Stromboli, right here in Philadelphia. So, and as with many of our adventures here, like Pop is a gold mine of information. You remember when we went to Nick's and he had actually gone there and doing his milk delivery and payment pickup. And I asked him if he had ever heard of Romano's, and
we used to come here all the time. When I worked at the airport, it was the best place to come to. They had the best steak sandwiches. Also Strombolis.
So you come here, all right? So a pretty regular basis. This is like just south of the airport. Come down here, and you were a regular, basically.
We'd cut somebody loose to come and pick up the order.
Yeah. So it's all new to me. So we'll see you inside. Hi Pete, really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Another Frank, I know.
Like Stromboli was started in Philadelphia, is my understanding.
Started right here. Actually, come here and I'll show you exactly where it started.
Okay.
We have about 5 television show appearances on YouTube right now. They're all listed under the tag Romano Stromboli. Everything I have on the internet is under the name Romano Stromboli, but it started right there in 1950 by my grandfather Nazzareno Romano. We've been on the Today Show, the NBC Today Show. We've been on the Travel Channel. Andrew Zimmerman stood in front of a mock-up of the Reading Terminal and to the world that right here in Essington, in that shop in 1950.
Now, was that shop, was it at this location and rebuilt?
No,
or?
no.
Okay.
So Grandpa moved into Essington from Philadelphia in 1944.
Okay.
He opened up that shop December 1st, 1944. He bought this property in '52, and he was a stonemason by trade.
Okay.
He was the general contractor, so he ran the job. My uncle did the blueprints, and they built this building from the basement up. In '56, they added the duplex.
Built to order.
Yeah. We opened at this location in '54.
Okay.
So
what's that, 67 years old? Basically.
This building is my age, 67.
Right,
I was born in '54, but we've been in business for 77 years.
Okay.
And the Stromboli is in its 71st year, 71st birthday. But you know, I mean, he started that out of nothing. As you can see, the sign features tomato pies. Nobody knew what tomato pies were back then.
Right.
Grandpa was selling tomato pies in like 1934, 1935. On Washington Avenue in Philadelphia.
Wow,
they used to live at Siegel, on Siegel Street. My grandfather and my grandmother and the 2 kids, and Grandpa couldn't get work.
Yeah.
Again, depression. So he gets this idea he's going to start selling pizza. But again, South Philly tomato pies. There wasn't money for cheese, so square pizza. He would make the shells in the house and the sauce. He would wheel the pie shells up to the corner on the corner of 20th and Siegel, there was a bakery owned by a relative also of mine. I only knew him as Great Unk, or Big Unk, Big
Okay.
Unk. And he owned the Boston Bakery, which was right on the corner. And Grandpa, had permission to go up, bake the pies at the bakery, and then he would take Cecilia and Dad, and they would follow him right down the middle of Washington Avenue in Philadelphia, and pizzola, 10 cents a slice. But Grandpa, this store is still there. It's 3 doors off the corner. Of
No
291,
kidding.
right?
Okay.
So Grandpa opens in 44. Okay. That hoagie was getting to be a very popular sandwich. Grandpa decides he's going to do a spin-off. He takes an item in the Italian. It's called imbottito or imbotito. It's a slang. It means stuffed bread.
Right.
Okay. So that was the conceptual. He didn't invent bread, obviously.
Right.
But to fill it like this, okay. And he selected 3 different kinds of lunch meat, roasted bell peppers, and cheese.
That's the original.
That's the original. And
Okay.
he wrapped it in this Italian bread dough, not pizza dough.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
99.9% of the pizza shops, so we're actually a bakery here. They use their pizza dough because it's convenient. They scale the dough. It's a very soft dough. They have it in the refrigerator already for their pizzas. So they just, instead of making a pizza, they make a Stromboli.
So how would you explain the difference between pizza
Here
and
it comes.
okay.
So Stromboli, what my grandfather created in 1950, and what my uncle dubbed as Stromboli, which was inspired by the movie Stromboli and the scandal that came from it.
Okay.
Ingrid Bergman and Roberto Rossellini became romantically connected, had a love child out of that relationship, both married to other people with children in 1950.
Yeah.
That was a worldwide scandal. This is when Grandpa was starting to put them out on the counter with nothing to go with them, no name or nothing. And he invited my Uncle Bill, who wasn't my uncle at the time, but lived across the street. You name it, because Uncle Bill's teasing, what is this, what is this? So he said, right off the top of his head, Uncle Bill said, Stromboli. Which
Super.
tells you a lot about Uncle Bill.
He was a movie lover.
and stuff. So the difference basically is, this is Italian bread, okay? Italian bread has a different consistency. The water flour
So your
content
hydration is
different.
the difference, the biggest difference. with
Well,
that.
these Strombolis proof 4 times before I bake them.
Oh, okay.
And when you're baking some flopped over pizza, doesn't matter whether it's baked, doesn't matter whether it's raised, it doesn't matter what you do with that at all, okay? You're just heating up pizza dough, okay? But when you're making bread, when you're a baker and you're making bread, there's a protocol that you must follow. And when it raises that last time, you must bake.
Well, do you have a
you
poolish
can't,
as
you can't
well?
Make them, you can't make them in order, sir. You have to make them in batches.
Right.
Just like if you, a bread bakery, and there were about a half dozen of them in Chester, right down the street, and that's how we got the process. When you bake Italian bread, you have to make it in batches. I can't make a pickle and mustard Stromboli for you and whip it up, not when it's got to raise 4 times. So I usually start around 5 in the morning, and I usually finish up about 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
A nice business here. I mean, aside, it's not just cheesesteaks and Stromboli. It's
We serve a lot of different kinds of pastas.
Right.
Stuffed shells, cavatelli, linguine, fettuccine, spaghetti, rigatoni, cheese ravioli, lobster ramen. So we've got an extensive dinner menu.
First of all, huge shout out to Pete Romano. This is what we have found out. This is the longest or the oldest continually running family operation in Delaware County. This is like 77 years old, and Pete is 3rd generation. He's been so hospitable. Brought us in, showed us around, gave us the history, the skinny on the family and the business and how things are done. Pop jumped into the pizza here on this side. So first it's the pizza. This is the tomato pie. You're seeing a lot of this here. It's kind of like it's got a renaissance. It's coming back, but this was the old style. This was pizza.
It's just better. Better than pizza.
It's almost hard to put into words because it's got such a nice crunch, yet the bread has, or the dough has, real meatiness to it. So on the one hand, I feel like I'm eating like there's more than just tomato pie here, because it just has this wonderful texture to it. And then the sauce on top, it's delicious. It's missing absolutely nothing. Like you know, traditionally would put on like a little bit more Parmesan and a little bit of hot pepper.
What's that?
This needs nothing. It's like fully rounded. I feel like I'm eating like a regular, delicious meat pie, even though I know it's a tomato pie. Everything's fantastic. Thank you so much. And your name?
Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Definitely not
Bring me into private
a relation. I'm pretty Irish.
Kelly what?
McManaman.
McManaman. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a good mix.
It's a full-blown
Romano
Irish.
McManaman. Yeah. So there you can see the kind of you know, the kind of people we have here. I've been saying this since I've been back here, that it's like family. Everybody that we've talked to has been really fantastic. Now it's the star of the show, and it's nice to get to know this guy up close and personal. So this is the hot special, the original Stromboli with ham. We say goodagine and gabagool, but it's cottagino and capicola, American cheese, Genoa salami, prosciutto, pepperoni, and roasted sweet bell peppers and hot banana peppers. Crunch. This is delicious. And so beautiful, hot, juicy inside. Wonderful mixture of flavors. The peppers are really good. Just the combination of
I can
peppers.
see myself driving over from Jersey for this.
So, the point of destination.
Wish I lived in
Obviously.
South Philly.
The sauce on the sauce is the hero here as well. The freshness and quality of the meats is unbelievable, fantastic. So cheesesteak or Stromboli for you, if you had to choose?
Stromboli.
Stromboli. Well, I know that we had a chance to talk with Pete, third generation, and you could really feel the love and the passion that has been put into this. The quality control, and actually for the last 22 years, he has formed and put out every Stromboli. For 22 years, he's put out every Stromboli himself. And that's a major commitment. And you could feel the love and the passion for the product.
Better yet, you can taste it.
Well, yummy food, great family feeling, 4 generations in total. Longest running family business in the Delaware County. So much history and tradition here. And the people really, I mean, it's you can see the passion and the love, and you can taste it in the food. Exceeded expectations again, having a great time here in Philly. Please don't forget to subscribe. We're going to keep bringing you more and more stuff from Philadelphia. We love you guys for watching, and keep it up. Ciao.